The emergency transmission cut through subspace with desperate urgency. Ambassador Trill of the Galactic Council clutched his 4 spindly arms against his thorax as the holographic display confirmed receipt by Earth Central Command. This is Ambassador Trill of the Unified Systems. We face extinction at the hands of the Void Dominion. Our defenses have fallen. We require immediate assistance. Trill's voice wavered. Requesting help from humans was unprecedented. In the 3 centuries since humanity's acceptance into the galactic community, most species maintained a cautious distance from the inhabitants of Earth. Humans were classified as Deathworlders, creatures evolved on a planet so hostile that their biology and psychology were forged in constant struggle. Admiral Jane Reed watched the transmission from Earth Central Command, her weathered face betraying no emotion. At 63, she had participated in 2 minor interstellar conflicts, but nothing approaching the scale of the Void Dominion's assault on the peaceful unified systems. "How many ships can we deploy within 48 hours?" she asked her executive officer. "The 7th Fleet is combat ready. 35 warships. The 3rd can be prepared within that time frame. Another 27, replied Commander Thompson, his fingers dancing across the tactical display. "But Admiral, the Council has always restricted our military operations. They've never requested direct intervention." Reed's lips thinned into a grim line. "Desperate times, Commander. Send the order. All available fleets to prep for immediate deployment." Across the solar system, dormant warships hummed to life. Massive engines glowed as crews scrambled to battle stations. The United Earth Defense Force had maintained its military readiness despite centuries of peace, a habit born from humanity's evolutionary paranoia. On the Council Station Harmony 5, Ambassador Trill paced nervously as reports of human vessels entering unified space began filtering through. His aide Vex monitored communications with growing alarm. "Ambassador, the humans have deployed. It cannot be right. 312 warships." Trill's compound eyes widened. "That's impossible. Our intelligence indicated they maintained a peacetime force of perhaps 60 vessels. The station's sensors confirmed the impossible." The human armada stretched across space, a constellation of destruction moving with coordinated precision toward the front lines, where the Void Dominion had already conquered 17 systems. Aboard the UEFS, Intrepid, Captain Marcus Bell addressed his crew through the ship-wide comm system. "We've all seen the footage from the fallen worlds. The Dominion shows no mercy, takes no prisoners. These are the moments humanity has prepared for since we first looked to the stars with suspicion. Today, we remind the galaxy why Deathworlders are both feared and needed." The human fleet encountered the Dominion forces at the Arcturus Junction, a strategic choke point connecting 5 star systems. The Void vessels, immense black structures resembling oceanic predators, had never faced humanity in battle. Their commanders watched with curiosity as the smaller human ships approached in tight formation. What followed was not a battle, but an exhibition of evolutionary violence translated into military doctrine. Human vessels didn't maintain distance to exchange long-range fire as was standard in galactic combat. They accelerated directly toward the Dominion line, point defense systems neutralizing incoming projectiles while closing to what Commander Davis of Tactical Psychology called terrifying proximity. The Dominion commanders, accustomed to the cautious tactics of Council races, found their formations shattered by vessels willing to risk catastrophic collision to gain firing advantage. The Intrepid took heavy damage, but continued its assault. Targeting the command nodes of Dominion vessels with surgical precision, Captain Bell ordered ramming speed against a Dominion dreadnought twice his vessel's size, detonating forward explosive charges at the moment of impact. From Harmony 5, the Council watched in horror and awe as the battle unfolded. What they had expected to be a fighting retreat became an aggressive push into Dominion-held territory. "They fight like nothing I've ever witnessed," whispered Council Elder Ziv. "They do not retreat when damaged. They accelerate toward greater danger." "Ambassador," Trill nodded solemnly, "now you understand why we keep them at arm's length. Their evolution on Earth made them unique. They anticipate pain, expect loss, and continue regardless. They call it courage. By the third day, the Dominion fleet had been reduced to scattered remnants retreating toward their core systems. The human armada, despite losing 78 ships, pressed the advantage without pause for recovery or resupply. Admiral Reed coordinated from her command ship, ordering the fleet to split into hunting packs to prevent Dominion reorganization. No survivors, she commanded. They wanted to exterminate our allies, show them the consequence. When the Void Dominion sued for peace on the 7th day, the Council was quick to accept. The humans, to the Council's surprise, were not. They attempted genocide against peaceful worlds, Reed told the hastily convened Council session. Accepting their surrender now only guarantees a future conflict. We will continue until their military capability is neutralized completely. These Council members exchanged troubled glances. They had requested help, but what they had unleashed was beyond their control. This is why we evolved as we did, Reed continued, her voice softening slightly. You cultivated peace for millennia, a noble achievement. But peace requires guardians willing to embrace violence when necessary. That is humanity's role. 2. Weeks later, as the last Dominion fortress fell to the human onslaught, Ambassador Trill drafted a report to the Council. We must reconsider our relationship with Earth, he wrote. They answered our call without hesitation, fought with a ferocity we cannot comprehend, and ended a threat we could not defeat. But we must never forget what we witnessed. The Deathworlders unleashed are both salvation and terror. The human fleet began its journey home, leaving behind a transformed galactic understanding. The Deathworlders had come when called, saved those who feared them, and demonstrated why evolution on Earth had created something the stars had never seen before. The galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again.